Alright, just going to make this quick video before I go to bed. I just wanted to bring this to light that I am still working on this second Luxman receiver surround processor board, and the greatest thing in the world has happened to me yesterday. One of my viewers sent me something very, very interesting, and let me see if I can show you here. Let's go to the desktop. Oh! The service manual. Hello. That's what I've been looking for. This is great. This is going to make things a lot better. This was the one piece I've been missing the whole time, and this hopefully is going to explain a lot of things that I've been stumbled upon for a while. Let's see. Let me go right to the desktop cam here. All right, I mean, it's a little bit of a tough read because it's scanned from like 1992 at probably like 10 dpi. But I mean, hey, it is better than nothing. I will not complain. Let's see. We got the exploded view, parts list. This is great. Everything. For a long time, I thought this manual did not exist. You know, I've searched eBay, I've searched forums. I've seen a couple of people mention that they had seen them, or they had them, and I could never contact them because the posts were like 10 or 12 years old. So, yeah, it's nice to have here. I mean, like I said, it's a little bit of a tough read, but hey, you know, you can pretty much get the gist of what's going on. You can pretty much almost read everything. Let's see. Let's go to the processor board. Did I already pass it? ProLogic, there it is. That's the layout. Like I said, it's a little bit tough. Scan's not the best quality, but it'll do. Not that I really need this particularly, but this, where is it? Right here. Yeah, there we go. There's the regulator circuit. There's the 5-volt regulator. There's the 15 volts plus and minus coming in. An inductor here. And you get your output for your 5 volts. I'm not sure what this is quite yet. I don't know if these are wire jumpers. I'm assuming so. And what I found quite interesting was this floating capacitor. Oh, hold on. Plus and minus 15 volt. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. If this is some kind of stabilization for virtual ground, but I looked into it, and the caps are actually right here on the board. Let's go to the microscope. And the caps are right here. 907 and 908, and these two caps across that plus and minus 15 volts. So I figured, well, why not check that to make sure that's working? And I did. I had indeed this leg. One of these legs go to positive. One goes to tie to the other cap, positive and negative. So I went to go and check this lead, and it did not go to ground. It actually, well, not to, I'm sorry, to the negative 15 volt supply. It just stops here. So I actually started to notice that a little bit of copper over there on the side looks like another one of those, you know, bad traces. And I slid this over here, and it's, well, what do you know? It's a via under there. It's one of those through board inserts. It's actually, the proper terminology, I guess, is a via, and I wasn't aware of that until just recently. I felt stupid saying through-hole insert, so I actually Googled it, and it's actually called a VIA, V-I-A. So that's what it's called. And it looks highly corroded down there. Let's go in for a better look. So it looks like we may have to repair this because it does not connect to the negative 15 volt supply. Let's see. Yeah, there's some green crap growing in there, so yeah, what I'll probably end up doing is end up pulling this cap up, and we'll end up cleaning out that hole, and we'll probably just run a wire through it and bend it over underneath this cap and tie it onto here, and then we'll lay the cap back down over it. And I'm not sure that's going to fix the issue that I have left on this thing. It would be nice if it did, but I don't see this really affecting the circuit in a way that it would not it would not give me my left channel correctly. But it's possible, you know. I mean, I don't know if what this really does. It's just kind of like I said. It's kind of just. Let's go back to the desktop. It's just floating there in space. It's I mean, it's connected to ground, so it looks like a 1 or a 10 ohm resistor, and yeah, it just looks like it's there to stabilize those two voltage rails. And I think there's another one around here somewhere. Yeah, there's another set over here that I haven't looked at yet. It looks like the same exact thing. So I'm gonna have to check all these. You know, I don't even know what to call them. Stabilizers. So yeah, so this is great though. I mean, this schematic is you know, this is going to help big time. I mean, look, you got the negative feedbacks all explained here with the 10K resistor going across, like we were talking about before. You know, you actually have all the resistor values, the cap values. What else do we want here? So that's pretty good there. Let's go to the next page. Come on. This is the other half. And now we're on this right side here, on the right side of the screen, is we're starting to with the Dolby Pro Logic processor that I replaced is. And it's starting to show all the voltages on the pins that you should see, which is very helpful. So this is going to be very nice to troubleshoot now. We have a little oscillator circuit here probably for the clock circuit, and for this IC. And the only thing that really bugs me is, you know, there's about 20 connectors on this board. There's just too many wires coming in and out of this board, so there's a lot to trace down when you're trying to track a signal. Let's go to the block diagram and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I guess this is called the P600 board. This is it right here. Okay, it's not quite 20, but there's a lot of connectors. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 connectors on this one small circuit board. It is like the heart and soul of this receiver. So, but on this page, it gives you a nice description of what it is. It looks like we got front left, ground, front right, front center, rear left, ground, rear right. I'd have to trace that out to see where everything goes. We got mono, looks like stereo, CJ, I'm not sure, clock, data, some data lines, stereo, front left. See another set of front lefts. This might be a through, like a jumper throughput, so it can kind of maybe bypass in some fashion. Let's see, front center, master control volume actually shows you the actual control for the motor on the volume control. And let's see, it looks like we have some voltages either coming in or out. And a mute. Let's see, Dolby surround, Dolby L, Dolby R, and a ground. Not sure if that's a audio or switching. Let's see, we have right in, right out, ground, left in, left out. Heat F, I don't know, I'm not sure what some of these are. Heat F and Heat RC. These might be some kind of thermocouple feedbacks. Not entirely sure yet. We mute, more voltages, 15 volts, minus, plus and minus. See, we got some clock resets, some more, digital data lines. Yeah, exactly the same stuff here. It looks like we have a stereo, left and right, probably coming in or to. Oh yeah, in from the input panel. And yeah, well, this is great. This is gonna help out a lot. It's gonna solve a few mysteries that I've been scratching my head for a while. Because when you're sitting there trying to repair a board that you have no idea what does what, you feel like you're just a part swapper, and it sucks. So that's cool. I thought I would just share that quickly before I went to bed here. I'm getting tired. I'm kind of stumbling on my words a bit, but that's cool. If anybody's interested in this, I will be posting this eventually, or if you can just leave me a message in my inbox and with an email address, and I'll try to ship this over to you if you're working on one yourself. So, all right, guys, have a good night, and we'll see you in the next video.